Good afternoon, and welcome to the Weekly Roundup. I'm one of your hosts, Vince Vibes, giving you the latest and greatest news in your opinion with Vibing with Vince. Take it away, Dustin.
This is Dustin with Showbiz Spotlight.
Enthralling.
I love the introduction.
And then you got me, BS over here. I might have a total BS story. I might not. I might just make it up today while looking at my phone. We'll see what happens. We got a little bit of
Classic
time.
Weekly Roundup move.
Listen,
For sure.
Is it the Weekly Roundup if you aren't fumbling to find a story in the last few minutes before doing the show?
Not really, and if it was, it would be our lowest rated episode.
Right before the on-air starts flashing.
I honestly, I don't know. I think some of the best episodes have been episodes where, we're still following the format scheme, 10-minute segments.
You're talking about these episodes with no plan at all.
But the episodes with no plan.
Those are always the best ones.
Always the best ones.
Controlled chaos is the
Controlled
best.
chaos always ends up being the best kind of chaos. Today we have a great show for you as always. Definitely wasn't a foreshadowing of the show that we have today. We are definitely well prepared and planned. Vibing with Vince is going to talk about how a betting app that also involves sports has been kind of blowing up recently. I've kind of found it in its baby stages, and now is partnering up with news networks, and we'll talk about it more. What do you got?
Well, I watched a movie that came out in, I think, January.
Awesome.
Finally made it over to streaming, so I saw it. Was it worth watching? Who knows? Also, I looked into it because I didn't really have a plan because nobody cares about this old movie really, and it's not going to take that much time. So I said, I've got no idea what I'm going to talk about today. And so I looked up new shows coming out in 2026, and I actually saw some surprising things. So we're going to talk about that.
There you go. Oh, wrong one. What? They moved the things around.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Oh, come on.
Here we go. Off and running.
We're spamming it today.
Oh, my bad. My soundboard buttons have been changed a little bit. All right. Now the air horn's all the way here.
So we still have the same sounds, at least.
Yeah, same sounds, just different
order.
spot.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. It kept me on my toes there. I hit the air horn button and it did a scream.
Somebody's going to swear and you're going to try to bleep it, and it's just going to be the applause.
Because that has been known to happen on the show a time or two.
Oh, stop talking like that.
You dirty dog.
It's not like
You dirty dog.
Not like I talked about a crappy fish or something and needed to get bleeped out. Which I still thought was unfair to me.
All fish matter on this show. They're all the same quality.
Oh man. Before we kind of get into the segments, how have y'all been doing? I know the spring semester has been kind of tough on all of us in our own different ways, and I know that with the spring semester comes maybe the end of most of our chapters here. I know that Dustin has another semester, and I think you have two more.
I've got like 2 or 3 more.
I have, I'm in the same boat as you. I graduate in the fall, so I have 2 more. And so like, how are y'all feeling in this kind of like weird transition moment?
Well, I said this to somebody the other day. Because somebody said to me, they're like, "Oh yeah, you're graduating soon. That's crazy." I was like, "Well, that was my plan when I came here, was to graduate. So I'm pretty happy. Things are going according to plan.
Objective complete."
Yeah, I'd be a little bit more upset if I wasn't graduating. I think that would be the sign something went horribly, horribly wrong.
And I mean, that is true. And the question is, what is now for Dustin? The Birthday Bandit.
That's a good question, right?
I know.
What's your 3 to 5 year plan?
Yeah, what's your 3 to 5
where are we
year
sitting
plan?
right now?
I think in 3 to 5 years, I'm in South America.
Okay.
He's in Colombia.
Yeah, I'm in Colombia. Or somewhere else. If you're going to stalk me, I could be anywhere. I could be in Argentina. You don't know.
Right.
If there's any IRS agents listening, I'm in the Cayman Islands.
Can't touch this. Damn.
Oh my God, IRS! I haven't done my taxes.
I haven't done my taxes, and I don't really want to pay somebody to do them. I know I can do it myself. So this weekend, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to sit there for all day, try to figure out how to do my taxes. Hopefully, I don't have to pay again.
Yeah, that's always like a heart-crushing moment.
Oh, my God.
You put everything in and you're like, you see a little bit of a refund and you're like, all right, sweet. And then you go to submit and it goes, oh, we found this from a couple years ago, or this was done incorrectly. Now you owe $6,000. And you're like, man, come on.
It's a nightmare. And only on years when I actually have to pay taxes do I really start like getting upset about these stupid causes in politics that people care about. I'm like, I can't believe we spent $100 million over there. Why did I have to just pay all my money? It starts winding me up, you know?
It's funny how when that just little bit of pressure hits you a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's like, I see what you're talking about, and I hate it.
This is unacceptable. I mean, did you see what they're trying to spend our money on now?
Dude.
The Melania goes on TV and she says, imagine a humanoid robot named Play-Doh that comes to your home and teaches your children. And they're not even going to give them to Americans. They're going to send them to the third world. We don't even get the robots we're paying for.
Little kid, do you know about Joe Biden's auto pen? Little kid, let me tell you all about it.
It's crazy.
Well, you won't have to worry about paying for anything in 10 years when robots have completely taken over the entire world. And Play-Doh not only is teaching your kid, but is also gutting your kid for, spare parts to put into himself.
Well, probably, right? But, people are always worried about losing their job to AI. But the fact is, if it gets to the point where everybody has lost their job, you're pretty much right. Your new job is like anti-robot, like freedom fighter or whatever.
You better get used to doing maintenance real fast and learning the tech side.
Right, or quality controlling the AI. This is literally what jobs are gonna come to. It's just
you have to go out in the street, and anytime you see one of these robots, you just fight them.
Kick it.
Yeah, you kick it, or you run it over with your car. You just fight these robots wherever you can.
Drop kick the.
Have you guys not learned anything from, the entirety of the Terminator series or Lost in Space with how the meaner you are, it's got no limits on endurance? Did you see the Instagram of the Kung Fu fighter that got kicked in the ding-a-ling because a robot watched his movements and said, this is the stunning blow, and dropped the dude?
No, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, they got monks out there doing Kung Fu with robots. You feel free, go ahead and Jeff Hardy drop kick that thing and see what it does when it comes up. It goes from civilian mode to lethal.
I didn't even know they could do Kung Fu.
Look that up. They're using bow staffs and stuff, dude.
Oh my God.
Us as America's got to get together, or us in the world's got to get together, or else we're gonna end up in this weird. Are we already in a dystopian world? That's the question.
I would say that we're close. If you look at the movie The Running Man back in the 80s with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Or the 2025 remake.
I haven't watched that one yet just because it's like a week-long run, and I'm used to just the game show run. So I'm trying to wrap my head around the premise with the same name. I'm going to give it a try.
I think it's a good watch. I think it's like a popcorn flick.
Okay.
It's a 5-bag of popcorn flick.
So it's a good weekend pop open a beer or something and turn the brain off?
Turn the brain off.
Good.
Yeah.
But going back to the Running Man, corporate entertainment, America putting out all the information, complete shutdown of outside liberties and stuff like that, and gatherings aside from when it's TV time, turning in your neighbors and your parents as they put that little blast. You're almost there. And if you take a look around the world at how some of the other countries are using AI, drone technology, and stuff like that, and then you look at what's happening in America, we're actually way behind the 8-ball tech-wise. So
we've always been.
We're now trying to catch up, but there's such resentment about advancing that technology because we don't live in a utopian world where some Elon Musk is going to do universal income. He's going to charge you a subscription for having a robot in your house to do what you need to do just to live.
Yeah.
So at some point, you're going to cross that threshold. And what does that dystopian look like for corporate overlords is the question.
Well, we'll never find out because we'll be long gone and dead.
No, this is the next like 5 to 10 years.
You're looking at possibly the next 20, a massive shift happening with something like this.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying we won't be needed. We won't need to know the inner workings of these dystopian overlords because we'll never be in the know. We'll never be in the room where it happens.
Long have I been saying that eventually they'll just turn the robots on the population.
But I feel like it's gonna be like a faction battleground situation where it's like instead of like where we have like countries and world leaders, it becomes split between like tech dominations. Like you have the metaverse on one side, you got the Elon, station over here.
Oh God, you might be right. That's gonna suck.
The 2046.
It's like Civil War, like this. Oh yeah.
Like the console wars, PlayStation versus Xbox.
Right.
Now people are controlling a robot for their favorite
Well, yeah. Well, the new movie Civil War is kind of a modern day take on what would happen if a civil war happened today's times.
I like how they had California and Florida teaming up.
Right. And I kind of feel like that's where we're going to be at. We're like where, the kind of tech dominations are split in these different spots that aren't, like the countries that they are around, or like they're not all connected or together. So like you have California and Florida as the metaverse or something like that, and could be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be really weird. That'd probably be kind of bleak living in the Bill Gates country.
Ready Player One.
I didn't see that one.
I think you're close to that. The metaverse has proven, and with what is that? VR chat?
Oh.
That VR chat where people are talking about, I have phantom allergies. I'm in a digital world and you're eating a strawberry and I could die. It's
these people are mentally ill.
Yeah.
Bring back asylums.
Yeah,
Episode 1, like we talked about.
Oh, exactly. No, and where are they? Like, I feel like that was one of the things. That was one of the promises. We were getting insane asylums back.
Anyways,
cue the flashback noise.
People need to get it together. Here's a Get It Together by the Beastie Boys. When we come back, it'll be Vibing with Vince. And we're back with a little bit of Vibing with Vince. I'm your host of this segment, Vince Vibes. And today we're going to be talking about something that caught my eye in the news the last few days, as we do on this segment, Vibing with Vince, which has become a kind of a variety segment of whatever I deem interesting.
We always have to have a variety segment.
Always have to have a variety segment on this show.
It's the first part of
Isn't
the
that right, Anthony?
Variety news. Hey.
Gaming Temple, down good.
Thank you, Anthony. In a landmark shift for broadcast journalism, 3 major news networks, CNN, CNBC, and Fox News, have now partnered with Kalshi. What is Kalshi? Well, Kalshi is the world's largest prediction market. Basically, if you've ever heard of Polymarket or something like that, it's a real-time odds-based market where you can bet on anything.
You can bet on anything. I discovered Polymarket a while ago when I learned that you could bet on like wars and battles. I started looking into it. You can bet on anything.
Unless, did you see where the guy got denied his winnings because he bet on a Polymarket that they were going to bomb somewhere over in Iran, and Polymarket, and I believe it was another one of the betting ones, stopped it because since there was loss of life, it went against their terms and conditions.
Oh.
So this dude put in this bet and put in all of his time, and then they pulled it back and said that's an invalid bet. And they're like, so why is it on your page? What are you doing?
That's messed up because they've had a lot of bets about the Ukraine war and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You can't start saying you can't do it now.
Yeah, so they denied him payment.
So embed its real-time odds into its forecast, directly affecting on-air graphics, digital platforms, and live reporting. So basically, these news networks are going to start reporting, their truth, quote unquote, based off the market values on Kalshi, whatever the people are saying, which is kind of insane to me. The thing about Kalshi that is different than Polymarket is Kalshi is the only real-time market betting app out there that's U.S. sanctioned. You can be 18 plus in the U.S. and bet on Kalshi today. And Polymarket is technically not allowed in the realms of the U.S. So
No Polymarket within
no Polymarket. No, yeah, all hail King Trump. Anyways, because of this, Kalshi's basically skyrocketed in people being on it. I downloaded Kalshi when it was in its baby stages. I remember when Kalshi first came out, and I sent it to Dustin, and I was like, "Hey, check out this app," and he was just like, "It's just Polymarket." I was like, "Yeah, but now he can actually do it legally."
See, that kind of turned me off of it a little bit. I was like, I like my war gambling to be a little bit illegal.
But now you can
I
do
like
it
to gamble
legally.
with my life, not my money.
I love to place on if Kanye West is going to have a #1 album this year, and how many people are going to be alive in Iran at the end of the year at the same time. This is awesome.
No, exactly.
Oh,
Finally.
and this Kalshi has kind of boomed in the past. We've kind of seen in the last year their AI ads become really popular. You've seen the apes, with the Kalshi app. Man, I have to download Kalshi. This is the greatest thing. And like when sports season came around, a lot of those AI ads were flooding every YouTube video I'd watch before the video, and Kalshi blew up. And from its wee little stages of when I found it, yeah, I was there. #, I was there.
Did you get like a little badge on your
yeah, I'm on my Kalshi.
Early adopter.
Oh, early skis ball right here. Anyways, as to now, where it's literally the biggest betting app in the United States, and is now partnered with major news networks to basically indicate what the people deem is going to happen.
Well, I for one love it. I want to see this 20 years or so down the line where the news channels are just openly sponsored by betting. They're like the nightly news brought to you by Kalshi, and then they're just it's gonna be like watching like something in Vegas where it's just like showing you different world events you can bet on and showing you the odds and stuff. And that's gonna be a lot better than having them just lie to me. They can lie to me still, but they can make it fun, make it like a game.
Make it like Plinko. CNN Plinko News. Which story and version do you get? Ding, 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 ding.
Here's the thing.
I made $20 watching Tucker tonight.
Here's the thing is like we've already kind of seen that integrated with sports news networks. ESPN has ESPN Bet, and every a sports guy you watch online is has a sponsor with one of these sports betting companies. And we're just, we've already seen it there where it's like our sports have been, kind of infested in the betting world.
Oh, yeah.
In a spot where you can't turn on ESPN without constantly seeing, odds, without constantly seeing, if you put in $5 today, you get $100. Blah, blah, blah.
I feel like it wasn't that long ago that in this country that it was like shameful and you had to have a bookie. There's like people thought you were cool if you knew how to bet on a football game.
So y'all are like saying, news, like we aren't really that far off from just the straight up news integrating that into its stuff at full time, and we're gonna see that with Kalshi, and we're kind of in this new realm of broadcast journalism on how much will people's betting odds actually affect the news as we know it. And that's going to be an interesting concept.
There's a quote out there that fits this perfectly. If you tell a lie enough times, eventually it becomes the truth.
Hey, somebody said that outside.
If you go and start putting up percentages and you start trying to influence the news, whether legacy or online,
right?
You don't know what the truth is anymore. And this is what we talked about in a previous show. If I can't see it, touch it, feel it, hear it, experience it, then it's not real anymore. It's almost that doubting Thomas thing we talked about. And I appreciate what ESPN did, because they made themselves a buttload of money, reintroduced gambling, and brought in a whole new generation. I'm not a gambler. I'm too broke and too poor. If I had extra money and Mrs. BS found out that I was going to the Hard Rock, I'd be walking around with more of a limp than I do right now. It would be bad. I don't want to see it. There's a difference between entertainment and life. I don't think your news should be in the entertainment realm, because you're not there for entertainment. You're there to give me information to process so I can make a decision later on about what that situation is. I don't want that influenced by some 40-year-old polymarketer who's trying to GameStop CNN and drive the value up so he can dump it because he put out some bad stuff and go with that. That's a scary precipice that we're walking towards there for me.
Well, I think we've stepped off the edge of it already, because it was, I think, decades ago that all these news stations, they're registered as entertainment. Like they're not even like marketing themselves really, or they're not like presenting themselves on paper to people who matter really as news. They're entertainment. So we're already there. Just at least make it more entertaining.
Right. Like,
I mean, if I'm watching one of these channels anyway and I'm thinking I'm getting the news, I should be losing money on it.
We were talking about dystopia earlier.
That ties right in.
I pulled up Kalshi, and the first thing that I see is, will there be a recession this year?
Ooh,
odds of a recession this year plummet from 40% to 22%.
Oh, let's go. We're good.
Better buy yes on the recession odds now. That's a pretty winnable favor. I mean, it's a 8-1. 78%. Percent chance that a recession won't happen?
I guess. I think that's correct. Then I don't think it's going to happen. I think there's only a 20% chance it'll happen.
I don't know. 22.5.
They did a study about this a long time ago. Not exactly this, but they pooled a bunch of people. I'm an idiot, so I'm not going to make it sound as smart as what I heard it. But they pooled a bunch of people and asked them questions about things that they didn't have any business knowing, like geopolitics or whatever, maybe. And then they asked like experts the same questions, but when they pooled like 1,000 people, the like average answer from the people was right more often than the experts. It's like the wisdom of the crowd.
Because the wisdom of the crowd is living it every day. They're living the gas prices. They're living the restaurants. They're living raising a family. Whereas your experts are in a lecture hall at some major university or going on to Atlanta CNN studios on TV talking about what they read off the internet.
Yeah.
They're taking data with no experience and putting it out. Whereas the people with the experience, they're like, oh, you shouldn't know about this. Well, the Strait of Hormuz is closed and my gas is $4.20 a gallon. I should know how this is affecting and what we're looking at.
Yeah.
It's such a weird world we live in today.
It is weird.
make sure you place your bets. Make sure you place your bets on it. If gas prices are going to get lower than $3 in the next 2 years, on
I don't think you'll ever see it go under 3.
if
again.
Russia and Ukraine will ever stop fighting, and let's see, if Pakistan will work on a ceasefire with Lebanon.
Why is Pakistan all of a sudden the world's arbiter that everybody's going to?
I would like to know what the odds of Pakistan reaching a deal with Lebanon. I would love to know, because I thought Pakistan and India were the ones that were shooting across borders at each other.
Yeah, they're the ones
Why
that people think are gonna
Lebanon?
beat each other the most.
Listen, I'm just pulling up the Kalshi official X,
Okay.
where it's real time telling you what is happening in the world.
I miss the old days of day traders where it was like 6
Oh.
screens of the NASDAQ, and now I got to worry about what people are betting on for my next. Oh my!
Instead of day trading, you can bet on if the day trading will go well.
I'm gonna throw my cane. I'm gonna throw my cane.
Will the S&P 500 continue to be great for 7 trading seasons in a row? Bet now, put your odds. It's a 44% chance.
I don't know how long that is. I'm going to say no.
Anyways, when we come back, it'll be Showbiz Spotlight. But it seems these betting apps are eating up all of these men's money. And when we come back, I already said that. Showbiz Spotlight. Here's
Do
Maneater.
we have more money,
All
more
the notes.
problems?
No, it's
No,
Maneater.
less money and way more problems, surprisingly.
Betting on the fact if Showbiz Spotlight will run over 10 minutes. What do you got?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If I could bet on there, am I going to like any of the movies I see this year, I could make a lot of money betting no. So, as I teased a little bit, a movie came out back in January, just moments ago, called Avatar 3, or Avatar whatever James Cameron's tagline he wanted
Fire
to put
and
on it
Ash,
was.
right?
I think that's right.
Yeah.
And I sat
Haven't
down and
even
watched this
seen it.
movie. Well, I didn't see the one before it, so I only watched the first one.
Gosh.
I liked the first one
you
all
have
right.
to- I feel like you would have to seen the second one. To
I think you have to see the second one to understand this one a little bit.
Yeah.
However, understanding some of these plot points, I don't think will make them much more palatable. So let's get started here. This movie's 3.5 hours long. And that's too long for a movie, I think. I think a movie, 100 minutes, that's 120 minutes, that's a good length for a movie.
Right.
So you're taking up a lot of my time here. And, it's a cool premise. Go ahead.
I was gonna say there's only a few movies that can do that and like hold your attention. Like Christopher Nolan can do that. And like
I see the length turns me off of his movies, too.
really.
Yeah.
See, like I'm excited for the Odyssey. Later
I'm going to
this
watch
year,
it
even
just
though
because I
it's
like those,
3.5 hours long.
I kind of give those a pass. I feel like Troy was really long like that, too. But that was like another,
But I
old-
think that depends on the
Bronze Age
movie you're
movie.
making. If it's an epic, Gone with the Wind, The Odyssey, Troy, if they're epic movies and they have that, they get a little bit of a leeway.
They can get a little bit,
If this is just a commercial box office
Yeah.
and you do
Yeah.
3.5 and you're not giving me the option of an intermission to stand up
Right.
and go grab a drink where I'm not missing anything,
Right.
that hurts.
I can't.
That hurts.
I can't wait to watch 3.5 hours of Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, literally killing every person in the event. Like, oh, look, you like that character? Oh, he's dead now. Going over to this guy, he's dead now. Going over to this guy, he's dead now. Now we're gonna reboot the whole universe. 3.5 hours later.
Yeah, that another example of movies that don't have a reason to go on as long as they do. Like, if it's 90% green screen, hour and a half.
Right.
Anyway.
100% green screen.
100% green screen, 100 minutes.
I know 100% green screen Avatar, pretty much.
Yeah,
That
no,
movie-
exactly,
That
dude.
movie is completely computer generated.
100%. Even even they have like vehicles that they realistically could have built. They're clearly just green screened in. But yeah, so kind of a cool premise that these movies have, I think. Right? You got you don't see a lot of like Space Marine movies, not as much as you used to. At least I always think those are really cool. So that's a cool premise to begin with. The aliens look cool, the planets cool to look at and stuff. So they got cool stuff they're working with here. But what they give you is about probably 90 minutes of like coming of age drama. Between this guy, the original Avatar guy, and his kids, and his wife is a racist, and it's like watching.
What?
There's a whole plot line where she's a racist and she wants to kill like this adopted human kid that they have. But she's still the hero, mind you. That's what this franchise struggles with too. Is unlikable protagonists and overly likable antagonists, where it kind of flips the script on you, and you're like, I don't really want any of this to be happening. Yeah, I don't want these people to keep winning.
I don't want this.
I don't want any of this. And during this coming of age drama part of the movie, this is the plot point that you had to see the second one for, I guess. But does it excuse it in what's supposed to be an action movie? There's a trial for a talking whale. And one of the kids is all crying. They're like, "Don't send Bee-Boo away to the deep sea." And
It's like Yeller.
it was like Flipper.
Like, go.
Yeah.
Go. Be free.
It's ridiculous.
No,
I don't understand the rise of the space whale because they did it in that show Ahsoka too.
Oh,
they're
did
like,
they?
They're like the embodiment of the force, and they're giant humpback whales that travel at light speed and travel. And I'm like, why?
Lay off the ketamine.
just stop with space whales. They make no sense.
Lay off the DMT, okay?
Yeah, no, for real. It's I don't care about these things.
Right.
And so there's like maybe 45 minutes of a good movie in here, but it's pretty much all like the B plot of the antagonist.
Isn't Avatar like something James Cameron wrote as like books in his own like stuff like in the 80s, but never created the movies because the technology wasn't advanced enough. So he's been sitting on these stories for a long time. And so do you feel like maybe it felt dated, or it felt maybe like he didn't integrate like more modern day?
That's interesting. I wonder if this coming of age teen drama stuff would have played a lot better in the 80s.
Right? Because this is
I got The Breakfast Club?
Right. This is something that he wrote like a long time ago.
Oh my God.
So that might be something to think about, is if it's like, he didn't integrate it to modern day enough.
That's kind of interesting. That might be the case, actually.
I kind of left him speechless.
Yeah, you did leave me speechless there a little bit. All right, that could be. But in any case, in 2026, this is a movie that has about 45 minutes of an entertaining movie, and the rest of it as kind of a slog. So I'm giving it 3 bags of popcorn, and the script that I came up with for a Avatar spinoff that would make a lot of money. Get at me, James Cameron. You have to approve this thing. And speaking of new shows that could be coming out, I found a list today of shows that actually are coming out, and some of them might surprise you. Now, you and I talked about this before, I think, but they got Malcolm in the Middle coming back
Today.
Because Malcolm in the Middle returns today. Kind of a reboot, I guess.
It's a 4-episode reboot, so it's kind of like a mini movie almost.
Now, the real question is, do they have Heisenberg? Because they've got to have Heisenberg.
Oh, yeah. Yes. They have everybody except Dewey, which is the youngest kid.
I'm sure he's too busy, right?
He's studying at Harvard and turned down the role.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember in class on Wednesday, but you were like, if I would have taken $1 to, be able to do something else.
I think I did say that while I was in class.
That was
like
Dewey.
I would say. Oh, okay.
That was the actor who didn't take the multi-million-dollar role.
Yeah, right. No, I definitely would have done that rather than staying in class. But I'm not in Harvard, so
Right. I'm not playing chess with the greats or whatever.
I played chess today against an AI impression of Steve Aoki. So
there you go.
I don't know why chess.com offers that, but I'm going to take advantage of it. Another show that's coming out, though, that actually surprised me quite a bit is Beef is coming back for a second season. Did you guys ever watch Beef?
I've never watched Beef.
Never heard of it.
So it's on Netflix. It was it's like a 1-season kind of dramatic comedy thing. It was actually really good though. It was like all Korean people, but it was like it wasn't like a Korean show. It was like all like Korean American actors that you've probably seen in a lot of other stuff. The only one who wasn't there though, unfortunately, who actually they had a great role he could have done was Bobby Lee. And I feel like they made an all Korean show, and they had a character that kind of even acted like Bobby Lee, and they didn't call him. Bobby Lee got snubbed.
He was too busy doing the Borderlands movie.
Yeah, at least he got something. But this show came out probably the first season like 2022 or something. Like it came out a long time ago, and they never said anything about it coming back as coming back later or anything. So it's kind of a shock to me.
Yeah. And do you like? What would you say the premise of the show is? Like, how does it?
It was pretty good. So this one guy, he's like a contractor, and his life's kind of falling apart, and he has an altercation with this rich lady, and I don't remember because it's been a couple years since I seen it. I don't remember what the inciting incident is that makes them keep beefing, but
the name beef.
That's what it was. He backs into her car in a parking lot, and she flips him off, and then he's like. He doesn't know it's a woman, I think, so it doesn't seem quite as crazy. But he starts like chasing her down in his car because it was like the last straw that he could have that day. Like, I've had enough of it. He's chasing them down. And anyway, they get into this escalating beef throughout the 10 episodes where there's like, I think somebody might get a finger cut off. They break into each other's houses. It's madness.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Too much. It was sort of too much, but. Okay. Might be something to look out for later this year.
Yeah, I think that's coming out in just a couple of weeks.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Few great shows that have been coming back out too. I'm more of a superhero lover, as some people of the show would know. If you've listened at all. And
if you're a real fan.
What's
his favorite superhero?
What's my favorite superhero?
If you know, you know.
I don't know if I've said that on the show. Anyways, Daredevil season 2, or actually season 5 of Daredevil technically, but it's season 2 of Born Again, which is the Disney Plusified version of it, because the first 3 seasons were produced and made by Netflix.
Did Disney make it better or worse?
Definitely. Well, I think the first season was kind of like a segue season, so I can't. I have to wait for this season to completely finish before I can say that. But the first season definitely was like a filler season just to get you back into where they are and how they're actually in the MCU, or like how Daredevil and like Kingpin, or how that all kind of fits into the world that Marvel's already built over the last few years. Because originally the Netflix stuff wasn't a part of the MCU, but when Marvel bought the rights back for the Defenders and those characters from Netflix, they kind of just integrated that story into their universe. So the first season kind of, was just kind of like a tease into this one. This one's been really good so far, I will say. So I've been really liking it. They've done Black Suit Daredevil for the first time, which is a big thing in the comics. It has the Daredevil symbol on his actual chest for the first time. A couple other like little nerdy things I could go on about that they're doing pretty good in the show, which leads into The Punisher One Last Kill that comes out in May, which is like an hour-and-a-half Disney Plus special, basically just a movie, which basically ties up the Punisher series, because Punisher also had 2 seasons on Netflix. And if you know anything about the Punisher's character, it basically follows a guy whose family gets killed. And so he kind of goes on this vengeance warpath of like, I'm going to kill every criminal out there, and I'm going to kill, especially the people that killed my family, And so I think it's called The Punisher One Last Kill, not because the Punisher dies or anything, but he's hunting down the last person in the kind of group that killed his family. Because in the first season of the show, of Punisher. Spoiler alert: he takes down the guy who orchestrated it. In the second season of the show, he takes down his best friend who also was in on it, and he never knew.
Classic betrayal.
Classic betrayal. And so, with this, also written by John Berthal himself, I think ties together the story that they were kind of with that, which then integrates him into Spider-Man Brand New Day, which Punisher will be a part of the new Spider-Man movie in July. So that's really exciting. I'm actually excited for Marvel stuff for the first time in years since Avengers Endgame. That is not a lie. So I'm actually excited to see where that goes. Matthew Lillard actually plays a cool, fun character in the new Daredevil show.
Of course, Scooby-Doo's the Shaggy from the live-action Scooby-Doo.
Wow! Or Stu from Scream.
Sure. I don't want to think about Scream right now. I'm still remembering having to watch Scream 7.
But that's really awesome. And then also The Boys' final season is coming out right now.
Episode 2, I think they're on.
Well, this week was the premiere week, but they dropped the first 2 episodes.
Oh, okay.
And so that I'm really excited for.
See, I'm going to maybe get into the show now when it wraps up. I never even want to get into a show before it wraps up because I don't like waiting for a year and a half.
And The Boys, I think, is a show that you would actually enjoy.
I feel like if I let myself get into it, I probably would like it. I stopped watching it around the time they blew that guy up in the cage at the beginning. I was like, this is crazy.
Oh, translucent?
Yeah.
Bro, it gets, if you thought that was, bro.
I was like, what am I doing here? What am I doing here?
It devolves into, I can't even say anything that happens on the show. That's how crazy that show is.
Yeah, no, it seems like it probably is good.
It's really good.
It seems like I would probably like it.
I personally am not the biggest fan of Invincible, but Invincible is still going out. A lot of people really love Invincible. I don't know. It's never really struck me. There's a certain subplot that is kind of weird in it for me. I feel like I've talked about this off the show.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It's weird.
It's not a little weird. It's very weird.
For those reasons, I've never fully keyed into the show. I always knew about the comics, and I've read a good bit of it. I've been a fan of Kirkman. I like The Walking Dead a lot. So I would think I would have really liked Invincible, but I ended up wanting to like it more than I did. And so I haven't really kept up. But Invincible has been dropping weekly episodes, and a lot of people do really love that show. So those are my little shout-outs in the superhero realm.
Nice, very nice. I actually needed more shows because those are the only 2 that I'd come up with. So thank you very much, sir. Have you seen any shows that are coming out?
I don't know about coming out, but one that I was enjoying there for a while was the Amazon show Reacher.
Oh, okay.
With Alan Richardson.
Yeah, Alan
Richardson. I can never remember how to say his last name.
Rumored to be the new Batman going forward for James Gunn's universe.
No, that actually got changed. It's going to be the guy from Supernatural played Dean. Soldier Boy.
Also, it's just rumors, but yes.
No, it was confirmed. James Gunn said, "I'm looking forward to moving this forward" in a tweet because they announced it.
I don't know.
Hold on, is this the April Fool's thing happening for real?
I feel like the April Fool's thing is happening in real time.
Oh God, I hope it is.
Batman. Hold on.
All right, guys. If this is the case, that this is the April Fool's thing, I called it at the beginning of the show. We didn't plan this. So if you have any questions about your own personal life or your personal finances, you want to call in and have me give you a prediction, I can do that.
Because I thought I saw that James Gunn had actually went ahead and also confirmed it, that he was moving forward with it.
I don't know, because the only thing I see kind of looks like an April Fool's post from a week ago. Oh, April 1st, it's been confirmed.
Call into my psychic hotline.
It's on $5. It's on real time.
It is. It's the sign of the times.
It's a real time April Fool's post.
This is tremendous.
This is tremendous.
We need to. This one needed to be a video, just so we could put like, I don't know, some cool edits in here or something. This is huge. I called it.
Hashtag April Fool.
How did this happen?
Wow.
Well, old guy with the TBI got fooled by misinformation on Instagram because people are clickbaiting. So good job, internet. You guys win.
You know, and with that is kind of the end of our show. We kind of, ran the hour with vibing with Vince and Showbiz Spotlight.
Who would have thought that was possible?
Our intro kind of was a segment on its own, though. We kind of went into AI dystopia.
We're getting the message out there. We're spreading the truth.
Real or BS would normally have a story that he would tell us, and he would, say if it's real or BS. But he already told that last segment, and we said it was BS. It was right.
It's so thematically perfect too.
That was a smooth double tap right there. I appreciate the work that you put into leading that one up and including me. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. How are you feeling, Mr. BS? After I know you kind of had a little discourse in between the.
I like how discourse. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I just wish people would understand the effect of what they post and when and how. And I don't like doing college thesis research for an Instagram post before I put it out to check my sanity, because it hurts. It is hurtful.
But if you're not doing a 4 to 6 page essay that's double spaced about all the news and all the favorite things you want to think about, then are you really thinking about it?
This is why I want to live on a farm.
Exactly.
This is why I want to be a farmer.
No, see, you just gotta stop paying attention to most things, and then the big world events you need to learn about, just hear about them from like conspiracy tubers.
Oh yeah,
that way
I don't think you should take that. Here on the Weekly Roundup, we do not.
That's what I do.
Professional advice. This is the entertainment show, strictly for entertainment purposes.
Not anymore. This is a psychic hotline now, as I mentioned before. So
place your bets
$5
on if we'll become sponsored by Calci within the next 6 months.
It could be.
Real-time betting odds on Weekly Roundup.
We could. Oh man, we could do bets on here.
Just talk statistics of what's going to or might not happen, and have people place bets through us. Hashtag discount code Roundup.
Yeah, it's always it is
Discount
always use code Roundup at checkout.
Prime Energy.
No, I remember. I think I had to. Didn't I have to sever ties with Prime after they gave me an ulcer?
Oh yeah.
That's allegedly.
Allegedly.
But I did have an ulcer, and I was drinking nothing but Prime.
On the friend of the show, Yeezy.com.
Still got their pods?
I still do have the Yeezy pods. I actually have the Yeezys on right now, the Yeezy Zebra 250s. Most comfortable shoes I still have ever bought. Anyway.
Friend of the show.
Well, he's actually back now. He
never left.
He's uncanceled again, I guess.
That's you got to do what you got to do, I guess, to get back out there and make more money. But I feel like he didn't need
him
to
and Lauren,
do the whole thing.
Did you watch the video of him and Lauryn Hill performing?
No.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna have to show you this. There was a 2.5 video live stream of the entire concert he just did at SoFi Stadium. He literally did all the hits that you would want, and he brought out Lauryn Hill, who was the original sample for All Falls Down, who then they couldn't clear, so they had the singer who does actually sing it, and she goes out there and actually sings All Falls Down and sings Doo Wop and a couple other tracks, and it's like a big moment between Kanye and it's really awesome. Actually.
Okay, nice. Friend of the show.
You know what? Friend of the show. Banned from the UK, but friend of the show.
Well, the UK has been a failed state since 1776.
Oh! Okay, that's where we're gonna end it, guys. It's been a great another show of Weekly Roundup.
This was a good episode.
I feel like Mr. BS got to see the mirror today. And
I see. I see a mirror every day. I shower.
No, well, no. I know that. I was just saying you saw a mirror in the fact that you got BS'd yourself, and I feel like that
It happens. If you share misinformation online, keep on doing it. The rage bait is working.
Keep on doing it and send it to Mr. Because I want
At
him
that
to
BS
keep.
guy on Instagram
Yeah.
and Dad Gaming Bad 1811.
There you go
On
on Twitch. There you go.
You know what? Get a fake story past him and get him to report another fake story on air, and you can get a T-shirt that says the
Ooh.
Weekly Roundup.
Yeah.
I BS'd BS.